so fun to see the fans, young and old, coming to the Resch Center supporting these teams.
Extended on that left hand, little under flip.
This group is just so strong. Adapt and adjust has been our motto all year.
It was more crucial that we came together as a team. We held each other accountable. I mean, we were yelling at each other if we weren't doing what we needed to, and I think that's really important, that we don't need the coaches to do as much as the team does, so I think that's really special.
It's a blessing representing my community, and just to be a senior leader of this team, I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. This team is so special.
Rebound comes off to Krieger. Krieger sliding.
Finish. That's nice.
Dumos with the finish. And Kimberly will get a chance to play for a 5th state title in school history.
Look at that, Caitlin Clark three.
My teammates were there for me, and they just helped me. Like, I wasn't just the only one, but they did kind of like pushed me to keep shooting, and it just got me to where I was.
Nice work inside. Just a little give and go with Og. Glish. Back up. Tynan. Relocates. Sets.
I had a lot of grit this game. I worked really hard. I knew my team was behind me. Yeah, I just went after them. Just get us up, I guess.
Racing ahead. How about that angle? First trip to state. First trip to the title game for Muskego. We're going to meet Kimberly for the D1 title.
Good evening and welcome to the Resch Center for tonight's Division I state championship game between the Kimberly Papermakers of the Fox Valley Association and the Muskego Warriors of the Classic 8 Conference. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Kimberly. At guard, a 5'6" junior number 3, Emily Urban. At guard, a 5'9" senior number 12, Kate McGinnis. At forward, a 6-foot sophomore, number 33, Haley Dulas. At forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 34, Ava Van Vagren. And at center, a 6'1" senior, number 44, Reagan Krieger. Kimberly is coached by Dave Lepisto. And now tonight's starting lineup for the Muskego Warriors. At guard, a 5'9" junior number 4, Mallory Glish. At guard, a 5'10" senior number 10, Autumn Dibb. At guard, a 5'11" senior number 21, Rachel Og. At forward, a 5'10" senior number 32, Melina Glish. And at center, a 5'9" senior number 34, Maeve Coggins. Muskego is coached by Eric Losey. Tonight's officials for the Division I state final: Shelly Dietz from Cuba City, TJ Beck from Anago, and Julie Phillips from Sheboygan Falls.
Now, these two teams very battle-tested throughout the year to get here. Muskego, co-champions of the Classic 8 Conference with Arrowhead, and the Kimberly Papermakers coming from one of the toughest conferences in the entire state of Wisconsin, the Fox Valley Association. You know, Andy, we were talking yesterday about Kimberly and their size up front, 6 foot, 6'1", 6'1". But if there's one team that can kind of match up a little closer,
yes,
it's Muskego.
Sure. Absolutely, and then you throw in their mixture of zones, that really is going to help counteract that height advantage a lot. Yep, as I say, she can't catch it in the circle. The ball coming back to Kimberly. Girl who is jumping, caught it, but she can't do it in that center circle.
Yeah, she got to tap it.
She did, so hard to do. Instincts kick in, ball's coming right to you, you grab it, but not there.
All right, so it's Kimberly with the opening possession. A little late night basketball story here from Green Bay.
9 o'clock tip. Giddy up, let's go. Seeing the zone look right away. Little 1-3-1 zone look here from Muskego. You'll see a bunch of looks there.
We got the West Coast game for
everybody. There we go.
9 o'clock tip.
Late night ball time. Here we go. And there's a lot of looks that you're going to see from Muskego. 1-3-1, 2-3.
Backdoor cut.
Great cut. Good movement.
Bondren can't get it to go. And here comes Muskego headed the other way. It's Mallory Glick. With McGinnis on her.
You see Muskego, they have no problem taking their time, being very deliberate. Very balanced team, too. It would be surprised to see 10 girls get into the game today, maybe even 8, 9, 10 girls score.
Elena Glish on the dribble drive finds Mallory Glish. That three ball is short. Loose on the floor. Mallory gets it back and fires one up. Long rebound comes off to Van Bondren. And here we go the other way with Kimberly. Still looking for our first points.
Muskego again, 1-3-1. This one's sagging a little bit, not putting a ton of pressure on it.
McGinnis, she was on fire yesterday from three. Misses her first attempt today. Out of bounds, couple players go into the bench.
Good box out by Muskego. Van Bondren just making that effort to fight for it. Good no call.
Take a look at that.
It's a good box out. Coach Losey talking before the game, mentioned rebounding, how important their rebounding was. So first several possessions here, you can see that. Some really solid box outs.
Already players hitting the deck in this Division I championship. There you go, last Division I school to win a title in their first trip to state. Milwaukee Vincent in 2007.
They went on to win it in 7, 8, and 9, so once they finally got here, they did it well. Yeah.
And Muskego trying to join that group. Here's a long
deep
three. That's a deep one from Rachel Ogg. Back coming the other way. McGinnis. Dulis in the corner. Riley Krieger gets in the lane.
Good move. She operates so well in space. And again, that's the problem with the zone. Sometimes those rotations, you have those little gaps in the seam in the zone. She found that one there.
Krieger gutting her way through a gimpy knee here in the state finals. You see that big brace on her left knee.
Hurt that the first game against Pewaukee, and then re-injured that same leg in the sectional final. Good skip pass.
Another three.
Good
that one's a bit short from Glish.
Dulas with a great box out. Again, you see that versatility of Kimberly Dulas. 5'11", 6 foot, gets the board, brings it up court, gets the offense started.
Multiple ball handlers and shooters all over. Dulas on the drive along the baseline.
Got knocked in the head.
Replay on. Here's Mallory Glish on the push.
Pushing.
In the corner, Elena Glish a three. That one's a bit short. McGinnis with a rebound.
Both teams very good three-point shooting. When teams in there, as an average for the team, shoot mid-30s. That's impressive for the whole squad.
Muskego, though, is 0 for 4. In fact, all their field goal attempts have come from beyond the arc here in the opening moments.
Good find.
Urban, high off the glass. McGinnis got the rebound and a foul inside.
Excellent battle for the ball down there.
Well, we're just a couple of minutes in. We get our first substitution and our first timeout. Here's a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The 2025 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Jones Dairy Farm. Jones has been helping families fuel up with better breakfast options like their all-natural sausage or dry-aged bacon since 1889.
You have to pick up some of that dry bacon like that. It's like how many times I've heard about it. You got to get some.
It's a lot of bacon.
It is.
Since 1880.
It's a lot of pigs. Oh, great save.
Comes up. Now Glish on the push. Papermakers get back, and Muskego will set the offense. Still looking for their first points. 0 for 5 from the field so far.
Kind of figured this was going to be a defensive battle tonight, and certainly playing out that way.
Dib misses her initial attempt. I caught up with Dave Lepisto in the hallway here before the game, and he said, first one to 40.
He very well could be right. And when I talked to him before the game, he used the word slugfest. They think same mentality. It's going to be a grinded out type of a contest. Muskego, 1-3-1 again.
And it's certainly not because of tempo, because we've seen the ball get up and down the floor pretty good. It's just defense.
A little bump on that rip through.
The foul's on Maeve Coggins. Into into the lineup for the first time will be Claire Spurka for Muskego, replacing Hagen.
Kennedy Evan checked in for Kimberly for Reagan Krieger.
Sensational defense of Claire. McGinnis fires one up in the corner. Rebounded by Glish. She gets it back, and now Muskego will set up the offense. Dib on the handoff, Dib on the drive, Dib in the kick in the corner.
Pass, nice.
Spurka on the swing, getting in the lane.
Good patience here on Muskego.
Og had those 17 points against Arrowhead. Loses it, stolen, McGinnis. Glish trying to catch her. McGinnis to the basket.
Ooh, good contest. Oh, they fought each other for it.
Van Vonderen can't connect.
Bodies scrapping all over.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with Kimberly.
Little too much stationary dribble on that last turnover. And again, Kimberly is so good that if you're going to expose that dribble, you're digging up on you and getting a deflection on that 9 times out of 10 for sure.
Kendall Brockstrup checking into the lineup for Kimberly. She stands 5'11".
Another tall kid, another tall athletic shooter coming in.
Nice to have 4 or 5 kids who are at least 5'11".
Yes.
And athletic.
Yep.
Dulis looking inside. Evan with it out.
1-3-1, kind of mixing up who's up on top here sometimes. It gives you a little different look from Muskego. And they're content to make Kimberly work it, milk it. Kimberly's very deliberate, very patient on offense. They know the girls know their stuff. They know what points to attack.
They throw it inside. Dulis spinning with the left hand, can't get it to go, and that's going to be a foul on Ava Van Vonderen.
Good crash, just made a little too much contact with the arms. Coach Losey has the red tournament shoes on. Asked him before the game about him, and he said, how are your feet feeling? He said, my feet are killing me. I didn't want to wear them today, but the girl said I had to.
It's for the team, right?
Yep.
There's a kick in the, 3 players hitting the deck. Glish can't connect on a 3. Spurka on the drive.
Move.
All the way to the basket, partially blocked by Dulis.
Nice rotation over on the weak side.
The defense in this one so far is next level.
Yes, it is. A little more extended now. I believe this is his orange call where they get out and pressure a little bit more, look to trap.
Steal. Spurka has it.
Great transition defense back by Kimberly.
Elena Glish trying the baseline. Double team, then a kick. Og in the corner. Glish. Og posting up. Going one-on-one.
Oh, just can't. They're getting good looks. Just can't get any to fall.
0 for 9 to start this game for Muskego. Kimberly, though, not much better. They're 1 for 9.
Looking for the advantage here. They're going to try to just move the ball around, get some player cuts through the lane. Kimberly really loves trying to find those 2-on-1 advantages against the zone. The way Muskego rotates in the zone makes it awfully hard to get those. And when you do, it closes quickly.
Evan on the kick. Van Vonderen. Pass a little high, but it goes off Muskego, and it will stay with Kimberly. Another timeout on the floor. 2-0 Kimberly. Here's a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. and Andy Brownell back here at the Rec Center. Division I championship with Kimberly in control. And don't forget to stick around for the Jones Dairy Farm halftime report coming up at the end of the half.
Coach Lupizzo, you saw a little shot right before the timeout to media break. Not happy. He's trying to call timeout when that ball was trapped. Refs didn't see it. Resulted in a turnover.
See if Kimberly can get something going. Here's Milena Glish. She is the only made basket for the Warriors so far in this one. Down the lane, Glish gets that one to go after splitting a couple of defenders. Brockdrup back in the lineup now for the Papermaker. She has it. Now McGinnis in the corner.
Swing. Minute 45 here. They'll bring it out and work it. No need to force anything.
Bob it inside and then a kick in the corner. Look at the
Good
swing.
Pass.
Urban. Van Vonderen a three. Long rebound comes out to Glish. Now Muskego on the run. This is Ogg.
Head tip posting up. Didn't want to give it to her.
Ogg with it, with Urban on her. Dib on the drive. Kick in the corner. They swing it to Glish. Fires up a three. And the Warriors just cannot buy a hoop. They've gotten some good looks.
Yeah, that extra pass created a really nice opportunity. Very unselfish team. Muskego definitely prides himself on that. Oh, good tip.
Steal, Glish, can she get to the hoop? Knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Muskego.
Reagan Krieger coming back in the game.
So a bit of a scoring drought, to say the least, for Muskego. Final 33 seconds of the first half. Let's see how they approach it.
Nice execution out of that
Autumn Dib. And that's what they needed.
They needed, yep.
So even with all the difficult shooting for Muskego, only down 9.
2 made field goals and to be down 9 into the first half. We'll take it.
This could be a big defensive possession.
Nice
for Muskego.
from behind.
Dib knocked it away. Scaife on the run. And a foul. That's going to be on Urban. But just the 14th foul on Kimberly.
Had Glish running with her, just couldn't quite get it to her. Some great execution. Screen action up on top, slipping to the hoop.
Final 9 seconds. Here's Dib. Ogg in the corner. Excellent three-point shooter. Now Dib floats one up.
A floor!
Autumn Dib at the buzzer. And go figure, Muskego had a lot of great looks. They just couldn't get him to fall in the first half. And then they get a little bit of a trick shot there from Autumn Dib. Sensational.
Heck of a floater. Going in, take a little contact. Boom. Yeah, unfortunately, that could have been an and one.
Our Nicole Sedevy standing by right now with Kimberly head coach Dave Lepisto.
Coach Lepisto, shocking the score in this one, low scoring on both sides, but great defensive efforts too. What's factoring into that?
Not shocking at all. The way they defend, the way we defend, the possessions are going to be long. It's it's a literal fist fight right now, and we just got to be tougher than they are. They're really, really physical, and we got to match that physicality. We knew it was going to be this going in.
It's going to be an exciting second half. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys, it's a tough battle out there. You heard it.
A fist fight, absolutely. Thank you, Nicole. Here's a word now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA Network Station. Scott Emmerich and Andy Brownell back courtside at the Resch Center. Second half of our Division I championship, and the scoring, as you can see, has picked up considerably.
Yes, compared to the first half, this might be an avalanche of scoring compared to what we had in the first half. Still the shooting percentage from Muskego. They're getting some good looks, just not able to convert. 6.5 minutes left to go. If they want to get the gold ball, they definitely have to crank up that conversion rate.
Easier said than done, though, against this tall and lanky and athletic Kimberly defense. But there's one way to get things going, a turnover.
Mix up the 1-3-1, switch who is up on top, pick the ball up a lot sooner. Put Glish in the middle, then she got a nice trap.
Here's Mallory Glish in the
Good
corner.
swing.
Three-pointer on the way.
Got
from
it.
Riley Hill off the
All right.
bench. The junior knocking one down.
So again, now Riley Hill up on top. Glish now to the middle. Just changing where the length's at in that zone. Good find.
Duelis with nice patience underneath the hoop.
And she finishes so well. So well. It's tough for 3 6-footers out on the court that can all finish and knock down the shot.
Here's Hill, just hit the three a moment ago. Turned that one down. Now cutting to the basket. Left open, Glish. That three ball is short. Battle for the rebound. And Urban comes out of there with it for Kimberly.
Nice again.
Duelis open again inside, and she'll get a couple of free throws.
That weak side rotation has been consistently a little late, especially off of that action, and that's where we've seen Duelis slip to the hoop, can be right there in the lane for the finish without the foul.
Duelis with 8 points as she steps to the free throw line. All 8 of them have come here in the second half.
All 8 right at the rim, finding spots in that zone.
McInnes back in for Kimberly. One out of 2 on that trip. The lead is back to 12 for Kimberly as we approach the 5-minute mark here in our Division I championship. The lob inside the dib, a little bit too strong, and that's something Muskego can ill afford to have here the rest of the way.
Bringing that pressure up, extending it.
Steal,
nice.
dib.
Good anticipation.
Playing free safety on that one.
Ooh.
And a foul. And Dib, of course, hits the deck, and she'll go to the free throw line. Here's another look at it.
High ball there. When you come down that hard, though, you kind of, it's an easy call to make when you come down that hard. A lot of times you do see that where there's a lot of ball on that block. And there's a case there, too. But again, the action looked like a foul. Now this is where a coach on the other side might say something along the lines of ball don't lie. Been prone to say that line a time or two myself.
Have you been? All right.
Maybe, potentially, allegedly.
Autumn Dib, sensational player. Senior will play at Division II Quincy University next year. 1 out of 2 on that trip.
Again, extending that pressure. Hill doing a really nice job. Trying to play the passing lane. Force the ball into a tough spot.
Cross court skip. Krieger on the drive and the left-handed floater.
Kick out.
Free ball from Hill. Loose, and it goes over to Kimberly. And again, Muskego not happy.
It's very good ball movement on this one. Krieger, and then nice little left-handed floater finish.
.420 to go. The clock winding on this season here at the Resch Center.
Tough pass.
Saved by Urban. And that's going to be a foul on Haymauer.
Ball's racking up a little bit. It puts Muskego at 6. Bonus for the next one.
Yep. Bonus from here on out for Kimberly after this inbound. Kimberly has 14 fouls.
Almost was trying to deny that high post touch.
Muskego in scramble mode right now in defense.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They're going to have to take some chances here. They're going to have to gamble on the field. Kimberly have no problem. Literally, I mean, if you're going to let them, they could take this game all the way down.
Dulas. Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul. Autumn Dibb standing in there and taking the charge, and of course, hitting the deck.
On the floor again.
That takes courage.
That does, especially with Dulas was coming with some force. She was coming. That it takes a lot to sit there and take that charge.
Yeah, good old-fashioned shoulder to sternum right there. Takes a lot of courage to hold your ground.
Well, again, stationary dribble, not good.
Battle for the ball, still loose on the floor. Kimberly comes out of there with it. It's another turnover.
Staying in the 1-3-1. Kimberly's ability to get those high post touches have really helped them counteract this 1-3-1.
You can afford to be very patient now for Kimberly as we come up on just under 3 minutes to go.
Muskego flying around, doing a nice job trying to... Coach Dave will take the timeout there, but had a few other words for the official that he would like to see called.
He had some words for somebody, that's for sure. Dave Lepisto, the head coach of Kimberly in his 3rd year. He was an assistant in the program for 9 seasons prior to that. You're going to look at Eric Losey from Muskego, also in his 3rd season leading the Muskego program.
Two really high-quality people. Coach Losey did a great job really trying to do everything he could to rebuild the Waukesha Salt program. Moved over here, one of his assistant coaches, Brian Hurst, another phenomenal person, joins him and just done a great job since they've come over to Muskego.
Helping lead Muskego to their first ever trip to the state tournament.
Dave Lepisto, like you said, 9 years, been assistant coach at Kimberly. Troy Cullen, the all-time winningest FBA girls basketball coach, coached there before him. Those two had a great relationship, and definitely the intensity on defense would have been something he still credits to Troy Cullen and what they did. Too much contact there at the high post.
That could be on Tatum Minen.
Minen and Kruger have been battling quite a bit.
And now that's 17 fouls on Muskego. So heading to the free throw line for the bonus, Reagan Krieger. She misses the front end, so the door still open for Muskego to make one last run here in the final 2.5.
Got to happen quick, though, at the rate they've been scoring. Oh, great steal by Urban.
Urban picks the pocket of Dibb, almost traveled as she hit the deck.
A little contact to the face there, that led to the fall. Now at this point, if you're Muskego, you're going to have to start thinking about who you're going to foul.
Urban couldn't get it to go. Dulas is in there.
Oh, and one. That might make you too much of a mountain to climb here at this point.
Haley Dulas picking up the loose change and headed to the free throw line. And that's frustration for Muskego.
Knocked the ball away from each other. They had the chance for it and right into Dulas's hands. That's not the first time tonight where she was just in the right spot in the lane, cleaning things up and finishing it.
Been a big second half for Dulas. She has 12 points, all of them in the second half. 2:02 to go till we crown our Division I champion. We'll take a timeout here. Word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Wow, that's pretty.
So here we go. 16-point margin. 2 minutes to go. Muskego's got to score in a hurry.
Dib on the drive. Kick in the corner. Now Glish trying to battle through.
Jump ball. Keep it here. Keep it here.
Possession arrow goes to Muskego.
Kimberly led beginning through this point. It's going to be a tough mountain to climb here at this point to try for Muskego to get the lead.
And it's looking like Dave Lepisco's prediction of first team to 40 is going to win.
Yeah, prophetic.
Kennedy Eben hitting the deck, stealing that one away. And now with 1:25 to go, the folks in Kimberly can kind of sense it. And a foul. That'll send Dulas to the free throw line.
Minute 20 left. Make a couple free throws here. That could just be enough to get her done.
Haymauer checking back in for Muskego. Claire Spurka also in for Muskego. And Dulas will try to make 2 free throws here to close this one out.
Just so many weapons, so hard. Such a tough team to defend.
Tap free, and McGinnis comes away with it. And the paper makers will maintain possession.
Minute left. And milk this down, take her time.
One minute to go now here in Division I championship.
Gonna match up player to player.
And now a foul on Muskego, and then that'll send Reagan Krieger back over the free throw line. Can't say enough about how this young lady has played here. Coach Pisto was telling me about how she's had to battle through that knee injury. Didn't feel like she was quite 100%. And now Ava Van Vonderen at the free throw line. Van Vonderen, for the season she's had, season-high 31 points against Oshkosh West.
Very talented. Again, a lot of young, athletic, long talent on the Kimberly roster.
There's Dib. They have helped herself to a little space. Long rebound comes out of bounds, and a battle right in front of us.
Now, 40 seconds, clearing the bench.
Both teams, both coaches clearing their benches. We'll see if we can get some names and numbers for you. For Muskego, Josie Candizora into the lineup. Molly Mackinnon wearing number 24. Annika Noel. Ashlyn Antheline also into the lineup for Muskego.
Kimberly, all 5 seniors out on the court. Krieger, McGinnis.
And out there for the last time, Trout.
Wolf out there as well. Drought, yeah. Sorry, my apologies. Urban is the little non-senior on the court right now.
And that'll send Bentley Trout to the free throw line. One of those seniors that'll bid farewell for Dave Lepisto and raise a gold ball.
Drought came back to our ACL late last year, missed a good chunk of the early part of the season. One of those kids plays a lot of tough, hard-nosed defense, brings a lot of energy to the floor.
Yeah, look at her teammates coming up there and showing her some appreciation. And she hits a couple of free throws to go with it.
Up to 21-point lead.
Final seconds here for Muskego and Kimberly. Kimberly won it all in 87, 89, 96, and 98. And now champions again in 2025.
moving up that rank on the all-time champion list, earning that 5th one, breaking that log jam that was there with 4. Muskego, first trip to state, outstanding job, bringing home a trophy, nothing to be ashamed of.
And we'll take a timeout and hand out some trophies. The emotions running heavy here at the Resch Center. Kimberly, your Division I state champions. Now a word from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Large in all its glory, the Kimberly Papermakers winning their 5th state title in school history. 47-26 winners over Muskego. Now we'll send it over to our P announcer, Jim Strick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the WIAA Board of Control invites you to participate in the award ceremony for these 2 fine teams that have just completed their tournament competition. Making the presentation tonight to the Division I teams will be Board of Control members Paul Peterson from Regis, Carl Morin from Northwestern, Ryan McMillan from Muskego, Dennis Burr from Fall River, along with WIAA Executive Director Stephanie Hauser and WIAA Assistant Director and Tournament Director Melissa Gary. And will the members of the Muskego Warriors please come forward as your name is called to receive your individual awards. Bree Scaife, Riley Hill, Mallory Glish, Tatum Minen, Autumn Dibb, Cassidy Haymauer, Josie Canzadora, Rachel Ogg, Molly Mackinnon, Claire Spurka, Anna Curatola, Malena Glish, Ashlyn Antheline, Maeve Coggins, Samantha Brunner, Annika Noel, and will Coach Eric Lozzi from Muskego please come forward to receive the team trophy. And will the members of the Kimberly Papermakers please come forward as your name is called to receive your individual awards. Bentley Drought, Emily Urban, Kendall Brucktrop, Lainey Siddick, Kate McGinnis, Veda Susak, Kennedy Eben, Sydney Wolfel, Ayla Rosh, Claudia Asman, Kinley Fulser, Haley Doulis, Ava Van Vonderen, Kylie Verbaco, and Reagan Krieger. And will Coach Dave Lapisto from Kimberly please come forward to receive the championship trophy.
Well, there they are, the champions coming from the Fox Valley Association, and I know you see these girls a lot coaching at Nina. How special is it for the conference to bring back another state title?
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. I think it's very appropriate that you saw these two conferences represented here. Again, two of the best conferences in the state year in and year out. So just proud of them, happy for them, and also thrilled for Muskego. First trip to state, going home with hardware. Nothing to be ashamed of. Love also the energy Muskego had when they took the silver ball. Love to see that. It is something to be proud of.
Yeah, they made state history by making it, or school history, I should say, by making it to state for the first time ever. Well, it was a low-scoring game in the first half, but when we jumped ahead to the second half, the offense picked up considerably. Here are your second half highlights. Kimberly led by 7 at the half, and then Kate McGinnis knocking down a 3.
They did a great job finding spots in the zone for the looks.
Autumn Dibb constantly on the attack for Muskego, trying to keep them in there.
And it wasn't from a lack of effort, just not a good shooting night for either team, and particularly not a good shooting night for Muskego.
Yeah, Melina Glish knocking one down there. Ava Van Vonderen with a big game. She was in double figures, led all scorers with 15 points. And then Dulis with a huge second half.
Yeah, Dulis, McGinnis, Van Vonderen, Krieger, those four really offensively, that accounted for the majority of their points.
There it is, the gold ball returning to Kimberly. There you look at your final stats here. Shooting picked up considerably here in the second half, which gives you an idea of how cold both teams were in the first half, but a real difference here on the inside.
Yeah, the points in the paint, the steals, and I think also Kimberly's ability to convert off of those steals, definitely a higher rate than what Muskego had tonight.
Leading scorers in this one for Kimberly, I mentioned Van Vonderen with 15 points. Dulis, all 13 of hers coming in the second half. Dibb and Melina Glish with 7 each to lead Muskego. Time now to check in on the champions. Here's our Nicole Sedovey.
Well, the hardware is standing right next to us, guys. It's been over 2 decades since Kimberly was able to bring it home. Coach, what does this say about the future of this program?
I mean, it's always been great. We've been knocking on the door for I don't know how long, getting to sectional finals. This was the group that on paper is the best team that we've ever had, and now they just went out and proved it. And it's just incredible how they bought into everything. It's fantastic.
And they've been adapting and adjusting all year. You've said it again and again. You guys did it tonight even. Where does that come from, and how are you guys able to do it?
They're smart kids, they're strong kids, they're just resilient, and they're pretty darn good basketball players too. So, and that's the key.
Well, you've got 2 darn good ones right here. Ava, I'm turning to you. You had a fantastic tournament. You led your team in scoring tonight with 15. How are you able to play your best basketball in this tournament?
It all comes from my teammates. You know, I have my trust in them, they have their trust in me. But this team is special. I mean, everyone has said it, but they don't understand. Unless you're in our team, you don't understand. I mean, every practice is the hardest we ever practice. Every game is the hardest we ever go, and it's special.
Well, it paid off tonight, and you guys proved it right here on this court in Reagan. You missed the last couple games of the regular season with the injury. You came back, you left it all on the court with your team in this state championship game and battled back. How'd you do it?
I knew I needed to come back. It was in me. I didn't want that to be the end of my season career. It was just too soon to be done. This is my senior year. I was doing everything possible to get back on this court, and my team supported me through each and every decision I made with my knee and with my own things. And it's just been a blessing that we just got to do this tonight.
You had the team support, and you had the community support as well. I saw you guys share a moment with your fans. What do they mean to you?
They mean everything. We do everything for them. The little girls, they're everything for us. They're at every single one of our games. They're cheering us on, coming up to us. Like, they're at everything, and it just means so much. And especially like our parents, just supporting us through every decision we make, every play, every possession, like just everything. They're always cheering us on.
Soak it in. You're a state champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of you. Scott, Andy, all the gold balls have been claimed. Take this one home.
Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, 15 games over 3 days and 5 state championships handed out. Kimberly walking away with the Division I title. Andy, a pleasure working with you for another year.
You too, my friend. Great job.
All right, some of us are gonna circle back and head to Madison and do it again next week for the boys state tournament. Until then, everyone, have an outstanding evening. We'll see you on Thursday in Madison.